Elijah was no ordinary man. He was a prophet, yes, but also a vessel of God's power. And in one of the Bible's most incredible, yet lesser-known miracles, Elijah outran a chariot in the middle of a raging storm. Today, we uncover the miracle behind the miracle. This is the story of divine strength, the power of obedience, and what it truly means when the hand of the Lord comes upon someone. The showdown at Mount Carmel. Before we can understand the miracle of speed, we need to revisit the spiritual showdown that set it in motion. On Mount Carmel, Elijah faced off against 450 prophets of Baal. Alone, he called on the God of Israel to prove himself. And with fire from heaven, God did just that. The people fell on their faces, the false prophets were exposed, and revival shook the nation. Elijah prays for rain, but Elisha knew the work wasn't done. A drought had plagued the land for over 3 years. Standing on the mountain, Elijah dropped to his knees and began to pray. Not once, not twice, but 7 times. With each prayer, he sent his servant to check the skies. On the 7th time, the servant saw it. A small cloud rising from the sea, no larger than a man's hand. Elisha stood up and said, "Hurry, tell Ahab to get in his chariot and go, before the rain stops him." The sky breaks open. Almost instantly, the sky darkened. Thick clouds rolled in. The wind howled. Rain heavy, violent, unstoppable, poured down. It was a storm born of prayer. Ahab jumped into his chariot to race down the mountain. The road to Jezreel was long, around 17 to 20 miles, and treacherous when soaked with rain. But what happened next defies all natural understanding. The hand of the Lord. Scripture says, "Then the hand of the Lord came upon Elijah, and he girded up his loins and ran ahead of Ahab to the entrance of Jezreel." 1 Kings 8. The phrase, "the hand of the Lord," is always used in moments of divine empowerment. Suddenly, Elijah didn't just run. He outran a horse-drawn chariot, on foot, in a storm, over miles of difficult terrain. Breaking down the miracle. Let's break this down. A chariot, especially one driven by a king, was the fastest transport of the time. To outrun it would be a feat, even in dry conditions, let alone during a storm. Elijah wasn't a soldier. He wasn't an athlete. He had just faced a mountaintop spiritual battle and hours of intense prayer. And yet, he ran with supernatural speed. This wasn't physical training. It was divine enablement, the symbolism of acceleration. This wasn't just about speed. It was about divine acceleration. Elijah, fueled by obedience and empowered by God, moved faster than royalty. This story is a symbol of how, when we align with God's timing and power, He can make us outrun things that are stronger, bigger, or more equipped than us. Elijah didn't need a chariot. He had the hand of the Lord. Prophetic power and present-day faith. In today's world, we often feel behind, like life is moving faster than we can. But the story of Elijah reminds us that God can accelerate His people, whether it's in purpose, calling, or restoration. God can put His hand on you and make you catch up or even move ahead. His strength perfects our weakness. His power transcends logic. Run with the wind. As Elijah ran through the storm, he wasn't running alone. He was moving with heaven's wind at his back. And so can you. When the hand of the Lord comes upon you, you move in ways that defy the odds. Elijah's story isn't just a miracle of speed. It's a call to trust in God's timing, to run with purpose, and to believe that the storm is not your barrier. It's your launchpad.